Lovely people, so good to be here. I was thinking about you all, and I was thinking about you because have you ever said you're definitely not going to do something and then done it? Because I think parenting out of everything has been the thing that has taught me to let go of what I thought I knew and to allow myself to be smarter with more knowledge, with more experience. And it's provided me a lot of opportunities to laugh at I'm never going to do that. And then I'm definitely doing that. One of the things, I'm just going to be completely honest with you, one of the things that I don't want to do consciously is goad my son into eating things when he's eaten enough and he's full. But I cannot tell you how uncomfortable it is for me when he's not eating what I consider enough. I'm like, one more bite. I was never going to do that. I had to hear myself do it yesterday. So I'm learning, definitely in the parenting arena, in the reality of like what I said I wouldn't do that I'm now doing, and being okay with that, not being self-critical around that. But I thought of you guys because you might have heard me speak about this on the podcast. I know my clients inside Time Hackers for sure hear me speak about this. How I think that there is a lot of wasted time editing ourselves, um, which is, fuels perfectionism and changing things that were good, that were fine, that were impactful, just because it's more comfortable sometimes. So if you're a business owner, you can re-record a course instead of selling it, and it feels like you're being productive, but you're not actually because the course is already done. And so one of the things that I speak out on quite a lot is how I do not re-record Time Hackers, and I do not re-record it because it's helped our clients produce results. It's not a marketing program where we're teaching you how to go viral and that needs changing and that needs updating. Time Hackers is all around solving time with the root cause, right? I'm not teaching you how to plan, which maybe would have been changed with AI and different calendar softwares or productivity apps. Like it's the root cause. All of our tools are built around the brain, how we make accelerated decisions, how we move forward in the face of fear and failure, and how we fail forward, and like all these root cause solutions that I'm thinking about Anna F. She said it's timeless. This program is timeless. We have clients in there that have been in there for 3+ years that are still active, and sometimes the most active and still changing their life because circumstances change. We move to new countries, we get new jobs. A lot of people in our space get multiple promotions or launch a side business or a completely new business or become parents or become caregivers or whatever it might be, changing circumstances, changing lives, always impacted by time, always an opportunity to use the time tools again and again and again. And so when you join Time Hackers and you see the program, you will see that I could probably redesign the slides way fancier now, thanks to AI. And I could probably make it look even smarter and cooler and trendier and zooming in and zooming out. And there's all kinds of fun tech stuff that I could do, but I will not change it because it works. It works. And me going in and changing it, what am I taking away that I don't realize the value of? Right? So I'm a big talker on this. Like we're always adding, how can we make it better? So we've got the Q&A calls on every tool. We have private one-on-one coaching now that we didn't used to have. We have alternate hot seat coaching call timing. So we cover different time zones. So we're always making it better, but I'm not going back and editing things that are definitely working. But then I did do something. I've got a confession. I did do something. And it's all about the Productive Weeks course. And there was something sitting in me, which is like, yes, we've had over 500 people go through this course, and we hear from people all the time that it created their most productive week. They got things done by 12:36 p.m. on a Monday that normally would have taken all week, or in 45 minutes, or they've got things done that they've been avoiding for weeks, same day. And how are you doing this magic, this wizardry? We hear from people all the time. This works. This created my most productive week. I cannot believe what I was able to get done in a week. So the process works. I love the process. We've had hundreds of success stories, but there was something sitting with me. Time Hackers and everything that I build now is always done with like, what is the least that I can give for the most return. I think like an investor, right? That was my first career. So I think like an investor. And it's important to think like an investor because I want to give you an example. You got $100 now. You'd be like, great, $100. But if you had to pay me $100 and then you just got 100 back, that's different than paying me $1 and getting 100 back. That's definitely different than paying me $200 and getting 100 back. And a lot of traditional productivity advice is like, we're going to help you be more productive, but it's going to take you hours to write everything down, to put it into a calendar, to color code it, to wake up at 5 a.m. Like it costs so much to get something done faster. And I want to be an example of it costing so little to get things done faster. So everything I build inside the entire organization is done through this lens of what is the least I can give for the most return for our clients. What is the least I can give for the most return for our clients? And the productive week method does that because it's a 5-minute method on a Monday and a Friday. But I delivered it live. And because I delivered it live over 5 days with 5 1-hour calls. Now that is amazing when you are live to come, to go deep, to do this work together. And I always say to people, show up and leave, come and go as you need. It's not something where you have to show up for the full hour, but then people do the course, they love the course. But something was sitting on me, which is we help busy people. And sometimes this is their first entry into a paid program with us. In fact, oftentimes it is. So we help busy people create their most productive week with a 5-minute method on a Monday and a Friday. So a 10-minute method with a huge return on time invested on a weekly basis. But actually the upfront time investment is 5 hours. And that is a long time for a busy person. And not just that, but the first video is an hour long. Now, I don't know about you guys, you're busy people like me, but the idea of like getting through an hour-long video, yes, you can double speed it at 30 minutes, but it's like it's a lot for the brain. There's a lot of new information. So I had this little fantasy of re-recording it and going against what I said I would never do and creating it to be so entry friendly. So entry, like I want you to enter and to create a quick win. The first video now is 1 minute and 30 seconds. 1 minute and 30 seconds and double speed. That's like not a minute. It's 45 seconds. And you can be like, wow, I've done that. And there's 13 videos and the entire thing is less than 1 hour. 13 videos. I've broken it down. You can create the quick win, the implementation. You can watch the process video every Monday and Friday and do the process live with me. I've made it time accessible. I've made it busy accessible. I've made it an insane ROI, not just from the process, but from how you learn the process. Because my whole thing is not just, it's like do better until you can do better. Do your best until you can do better. I'm butchering that up somehow, but do your best until you can do better. Now, do I think that the old course was good enough? Absolutely. But I'm thinking about that past version of Vicky, who was so hungry to solve this problem, but also did not have 5 hours in 1 week. So I've created an up-leveled version that is even accessible because one of the things we hear from people is like, I buy courses and don't finish them. I buy courses and don't finish them because they're not built in mind for you to succeed and finish them. And this is built for you to create your most productive week this week. It is super time accessible. The link will be in the show notes, by the way, or it's timehackers.xyz/productive weeks. And you can sign up right now and you can make this week your most productive week. Even if you're listening to this at 3 p.m. on a Thursday, do you want to know why? Because you can watch the videos today. They're so short. They're so accessible. The information has never been said so simply. And by the way, you are listening to this and you're one of the 500 plus people who bought it in the past when we did, availability for 7 days because we wanted to test people. If we just give you 7 days access, do you do it? We've given you all access to the brand new course. Why? Because one, generosity is one of our values. 2, we always want our clients to get the better end of the deal. And 3, why would we not? Our mission is to help people with their time, to solve the time epidemic, to help people be more productive. So yes, we could have charged for this for everyone who had already bought, but we love treating our clients well. So if you are someone who is listening to this, go back and log in and you will see the access and get to make this week your most productive week. And if you're someone who is brand new, who has been sitting and thinking about it and wanting it, but waiting for the right time and wondering how you're going to find 5 hours, well done. We've solved that for you. This week gets to be your most productive week. 6 people bought this over the weekend. This is what inspired me to speak about it today. Like this thing that I did. I solved a problem and now I'm speaking about it. I'm speaking about it because I will not be the reason that you do not have a productive week. I will not be the reason that you sit there at 4 o'clock and say, oh, I don't know where the day went and I've not got anything done today. I will not be the reason why you feel behind and stressed and anxious around time, while you're lying in bed at night thinking about everything you didn't get done today and wondering how you're going to squeeze it in tomorrow. I will not do that. I'm going to be the reason that you finish early today. I'm going to be the reason that you celebrate the end of the week and feeling ahead. I'm going to be the reason that your brain feels spacious and your calendar looks spacious. I want to be the reason that you get the thing done today that you've been avoiding for weeks. I want to be the reason that you get it done in minutes. Thinking about Sade, she's like, I get done in minutes what used to take months. I'm thinking about Megan, who says, I use this process to get things done that I've been avoiding for weeks, and it feels amazing to get it done. Right? This is it. This is the exact process, by the way, when I closed my business after my third burnout, lived with my parents, and decided I was going to commit to building a business without burnout. But maybe success wasn't meant for me, right? I was going to do it sustainably. This was the process that I used to grow my business. This was the only process that I used to manage my weeks to 25K months by month 3. It was insane. I was like, success isn't meant for me because I've worked 80-hour weeks and not created it. This is the process that I used to create more success in 3 months than I had in 2 years. And that is what we hear from our clients all the time. You can literally get access right now. It's in the show notes. But I want to share this to be an example of like, A, you get to create your most productive week at 3 p.m. on Thursday. You just do. I've made it so accessible. I've made it so many easy wins. And, like, this is it. This is the entire process delivered to you in a way that is accessible for the busiest of people. Don't tell me I don't have time to watch a minute and a half video. Don't tell me that you don't. I know you do. Double speed, it's 45 seconds. I know you do. Most of the videos are like 1 to 3 minutes. There's 2 that are 10 minutes. But by that point, we've already earned your trust in the video. You've already seen your brain change. You're already understanding things and your brain is invested. That's what I mean about working with your brain. But I also wanted to be an example of you get to change your mind. I also hope it reflects to you, that we are a generous organization. We are committed to solving this time epidemic. We are thinking beyond our bottom line and we are thinking about how do we solve this problem? This problem is growing. Everyone you know has a time problem. Everyone you know wants to be more productive, wants to be more effective, wants to be more efficient. But a lot of what we've been taught about productivity is do more, and then you'll achieve more. It's like you can pay $200 for $100. I can pay $200 and get $100 back. That's not productive. I'd rather pay $1 and get $100 back. That is what the productive week method does for you. Click the link in the show notes. Create your most productive week. Get the method that's helped hundreds of people. Get it finished today, started and finished. But even if you just watch one video, it's already going to work, already working. DM me on Instagram or email our team and let me know how you get on so we can celebrate you. That is it from me. Change is possible. We're allowed to change our minds. My toddler changes his mind all the time. This morning he liked bananas. Yesterday he didn't. So just wanted to be completely transparent about that too for any business owners who are like, I said I would never do this and now I'm thinking about doing it. Like, you get to change your mind. I got a different perspective. I was like, this isn't being done live. It's a lot for someone's brain to sit down for an hour by themselves, stay focused, undistracted. I work with brains. I know how brains work well. I know how brains learn well, and I know how brains implement well, because that is the goal. The goal is not to give you information, it's to drive change. And I have re-upped and revamped the Productive Week course to drive change, to make this your most productive weeks. And I know that there's those of you listening now who are going to create your most productive week this week because of this episode, because you're going to go to the Productive Weeks link. You're going to sign up. You're going to start. You're going to create fast wins. And you're going to be amazed at how capable you really are. And that is what I really want for you. Thank you for listening. Go create your most productive week, timehackers.xyz/productive weeks. Do it now. It takes 3 seconds to sign up. You will get everything emailed to you, and you can start your most productive week right now. I'm celebrating you. That's it from me. Bye.